Hi, I'm Kelsey, the Naptime Chef. Last weekend I headed up to Cooperstown, New York, my hometown, and while I was there, I gave my dad a lesson in baking his favorite lemon pudding cake. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Kel.
Your granddaughter's asleep upstairs, and you wanted a lesson in making lemon pudding cake, right?
Yeah, indeed so.
You have some fond childhood memories.
Yeah, exactly. My mother used to make it for me years ago, and particularly when I was sick, because the tart of the lemon allegedly cleaned out the sinuses and all the other stuff, and it was very easy to enjoy because the center was nice and liquidy, and that's what I really liked. And the top and the bottom were fluffy and not hard to digest, so it was really a lot of fun. She always used to serve it with vanilla ice cream, which I also adore as well. Well, I haven't made it for years, so that's why when I saw it in the magazine, I thought, oh gosh, that brings back pleasant memories. So I'm so happy you're going to teach me how to do this.
Yes. Thankfully, Christopher Kimball has demystified the lemon pudding cake for us in Cooks Illustrated this month. So what we're going to do is follow his recipe. It's really easy. So first we're going to cream the butter, the sugar, and the lemon zest. This is freshly grated with lemon zest. We usually say with a rasp.
Okay.
Creamed up, and see, it takes a little bit of time to get fluffy and light. That's why you really have to beat it for 2 minutes. And now we're going to add the egg yolks one at a time. Now that we've creamed the butter and sugar and zest and added the egg yolks, let's just scrape down the sides once, just to make sure everything is up and off the batter. So when do you think you got this KitchenAid mixer? Probably about 1977. This is the flour and cornstarch we whisked together.
Now, how fast?
Very low.
One.
Yes. And I'll put it in. Just want to take your time, put it in gently.
She doesn't trust me.
Now we're going to add the milk and the lemon juice. Alright. Okay, so now we have to, my mother does not have a second bowl for her KitchenAid mixer, so we're going to have to put this into a clean mixing bowl, clean out this bowl, and then we're going to beat the egg whites. We have our batter here in a clean mixing bowl, and it's the consistency, I would say, of almost like a pudding, like a warm pudding right now. We're going to beat the egg whites, and then when they form soft peaks, we're going to add the sugar to make them very glossy. Sure, go to it.
Oh,
see how
okay.
when it forms it, you pull it up and it forms a peak and it curls over?
Yep.
That's a soft peak. And so
Okay.
now we can put in the sugar, and we'll whip it again longer, and what will happen is it will start to be the peaks that stand up straight when you pull them with a whisk.
Okay.
That's what we want to achieve.
Again, back to 8.
A true scientist, we have now timed exactly how long it is taking to whip the egg whites, add the sugar, and beat them to stiff peaks. So we really know what's going on here. We should be part of America's Test Kitchen, I think. The surgeon baker and the Naptime Chef. First thing we do is we take a little scoop, it says, the recipe, and just put in and whisk it right into the batter. So we'll just do a little bit like this, just to give it a start.
Okay.
Like
now,
that.
can I just use this?
No, we fold with a spatula.
Oh, okay.
We'll whisk it and we'll just stir it right in with a spatula. There we go. Alright. So here we go. So stir in this batter, this little dollop, like this. Okay? And now what we're going to do is scoop it in about by the half cup full and fold it in. And when you fold, you put the batter in and you just do a couple of twirls and fold over.
Okay.
And you're kind of literally folding the egg whites into the batter. And what it's going to do is you don't want to whip it because then the egg whites are going to give it some loft and some body. And if you stir it too hard, it will sink again and then you've kind of defeated the purpose. It's like making a souffle. Okay, so come over here.
I've never made a souffle, so
that will be the next show. This is really giving the batter volume, so that this is what will make this pudding cake a cake and not just baked pudding custard.
which I also like.
So if it doesn't inflate as we hope it will in the oven, then we will just have
Custard,
custard,
which is fine.
which is fine too.
I'm very accommodating.
Okay, so we've buttered our 8x8 glass baking dish. The oven is preheated to 325. Now we're going to pour the batter in gently and fill the hot water bath with hot water I just heated with Mom's tea kettle.
Yep.
And we're going to put it in the oven. That's perfect.
All right.
I'll pour in the hot water, and I'm going to do it until the water comes halfway up the sides of the baking pan. And then we're going to just lift this down into the oven and and have an hour to ourselves while your granddaughter, aka my daughter, sleeps.
While the cake baked, our trusty guardians, Fletcher and Fiona, stood watch.
Okay, so the cake baked for 58 minutes and 30 seconds. The scientists kept track of that.
Yeah.
And it's done. So what do you see? How can you tell that it's done?
Well, for one thing, the edges have all pulled away from the top, so that looks great. And likewise, there's a nice tannish glow to the top with some separation of the various top as well. So I would think it would be done.
Yes. Now the hardest part is that we have to let it cool for 1 hour before we can taste it. That's going to be tough. But we're going to leave it here in the hands of Fletcher and Fiona, our trusty kitchen guardians, who promised not to jump up on the counter and eat it. And then we'll have it tonight with dinner.
Great.
My daughter woke up while the cake was cooling, so we all got outside and had a nice family walk to enjoy the fresh air. Then we had dinner that night, and dessert was amazing. I'm Kelsey, Naptime Chef. I look forward to cooking with you again soon.